Hello and welcome. Silrace here with Mechwarrior Online, and this is the showcase where I take a variant of mech, show gameplay with it and talk about it in general. And this time we are with the Hunchback G. And don't get confused about the F in the brackets if you have never seen that in the store or whatever. This is the founder's variant of the Hunchback G. Essentially it is just a hero version of a 4G Hunchback. Now, previously, way before any of the quirk business and all that stuff, you could create all sorts of confusion on the battlefields by mounting, let's say, 3 machine guns into the Hunch, because funnily enough, the Hunch has 3 ballistic slots in it. So you would do things like run around with large lasers in the arms and mount 3 machine guns into the Hunch, and people would still shoot at the Hunch because they wanted to get rid of the AC-20, you know? This was way back when. And create confusion in the battlefield until obviously they got the targeting data and figured, whoa, actually there is nothing but machine guns into the Hunch, so let's, like, you know, shoot somewhere else. Because all that stuff. However, these days quirks have been added to the Inner Sphere Max, and basically the quirks for the Hunchback G are centered around usage of the AC-20. Which is kind of funky enough, but that why does it then have 3, you know, ballistic hardpoints in the Hunch? Because if all of you want to use is the AC-20 in there. Anyways, let's get past that. Let's talk briefly about the quirks, because these days it's basically, well, useless to mount anything but the AC-20, because it got a cooldown reduction for the AC-20 firstly, so you fire it faster. And it got muzzle velocity increase, as in the bullet shot from the AC-20 moves faster. And on top of that, it got a small range increase to the AC-20 shot as well. As you can see, the range for the AC-20 is shown as 338 meters. That is not the standard range for, you know, AC-20. So, basically, if you are playing Hunchback G, you probably want to mount the AC-20 into the Hunch these days. And because of the head-mounted laser slot, I always mount a laser there and never use an XL engine. Particularly because you can't mount an XL engine and an AC-20 anyways, but also because it means that you can do the whole zombie thing. You can lose both of your arms and both of your side torsos, so there is nothing but the center torso left. And you can still fire and fight because you still have a laser in your head. So basically your mech has to be destroyed for you to stop firing at things. And that is very, very funky and very, very nice. So I like to keep that ability going. So, standard engine, that's what I suggest you do with your Hunchback G, and definitely mount that AC-20 these days because it has received such large buffs for the Hunchback G. As for the rest of the weaponry, well, that depends entirely on how you want to play your Hunchback. Personally, I mount the guns in such a way that I can, you know, torso twist and do all sorts of other things and put that AC-20 to work. But also in such a way that I can put in a big engine and run around like a madman with some actual speed, because you could easily mount, let's say, 3 medium pulse lasers and sacrifice on the engine rating, all that sort of stuff. However, that is your own personal choice. Personally, I don't enjoy it that much. As you can see, I'm only running 1 medium laser in an arm, and, well, medium pulse laser in the head, and then the AC-20. Those lasers never run out of ammo. I have enough ammo for the AC-20 to do some things, but, well, typically if I am playing well and I don't, you know, suicide, early on, then I typically run out of the AC-20 ammo towards the end of the game. And here you can see me, because of the AFK player, I'm not wasting AC-20 shots on an AFK player. So that's what I did there. I was just poking my lasers at it for some bonus damage and all sorts of other things. And I am out of AC-20 ammo at this point, with only 2 enemy mechs left, and that is already, well, doable situation. By this time, if I'm not out of AC-20 ammo, then I probably have not done enough damage to, you know, really justify that, or then my teammates have been really good and have destroyed the entire team without me doing much of anything. Which also occasionally obviously happens, where you are paired up with people who absolutely just rock the enemy team. Sometimes happens, sometimes does not. So, I guess this is me done showing off Hunchback 4G. Hopefully you enjoyed this footage, hopefully it helps you out if you want to play this particular mech, because it is a really fun brawler. I still definitely enjoy this particular thing, and thank you very much for watching.